Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Thursday, September 14, 2017, and we're in Myrtle Beach State Park, South Carolina. There are two sides to every story. In March 2016, we shared our experience with being locked inside our Airstream. Last week, we discovered the flip side of that ordeal when we were locked out. Our story begins in the worst possible way. Carmen needed to use the bathroom. I say bathroom. That's Americanese for toilet, but let's be perfectly clear. My wife didn't need to take a shower at that moment, though, regrettably, that necessity arose later during the miserable course of events. Having our very own rest stop in tow is one of those pinch-me benefits of living in beauty. On our maiden voyage, we even shared a celebratory high five somewhere on the shoulder of Interstate 8, that desolate 230-mile stretch between Tucson and Yuma. With beauty hitched behind us, we hacked that wretched travel hazard, the random, unscheduled bio break, and we went on our merry way. Until last week at Dreher Island State Park. While looking for a campsite, Carmen urgently demanded I pull over, and I obeyed. White-knuckling her trailer key, she bailed out of the passenger side door and strode quickly to the main door, where she thrust in the key and turned the lock. But nothing happened. Frustration quickly set in as she struggled with the handle, shaking the entire rig. By the time I got out of the truck and arrived to her side, she was banging her fist on the door, shouting, "What are the expletive-deleted chances? Why the expletive-deleted now?" Yes, the Bobos have arrived, and Carmen extends her sincerest apologies to anyone who is within earshot, and by my estimation, anyone within a good half-mile. Then, thinking her urgent condition caused her to mistakenly turn the key the wrong way, took my turn at the lock. But my efforts rendered the same effect. No matter which way the key turned in the lock, the door would not budge. It was stuck shut. Meanwhile, Carmen, not waiting around for my inspection of the door, sprinted uphill. She spotted a campground bathhouse about 100 yards away. But when she arrived, she found it, too, was closed and locked. Many more deleted expletives later, we found a functioning bathhouse. But, alas, it was too late. Too late. While Carmen dealt with the dark realities of the human condition, I fiddled around with the door and lock, but no success. My first thought was to find a way to flip the locks on one of the bigger windows that I could fit through. But trying to get a credit card or screwdriver under the glass proved impossible. My second idea was to remove the 4 large screws that hold the main door in place. But after a closer look, I decided that would be a last resort. Big job to reinstall. I remembered reading in air forums about an alternate entrance in the rear compartment under the bed. Just 2 weeks ago, entering there wouldn't have been possible because our mattress and toppers weighed 130 pounds and required both of us to lift up and down from the inside. But while we were in Tennessee for the eclipse, a lightweight memory foam mattress arrived at Carmen's sister's house from Vinny's North Bay Airstream Repair. I always carry the outside compartment keys, so I was able to unlock the rear door. First, I emptied items stored there. Next, I would need to protect the rear rubber bumper that was recently restored at Airstream from my body weight. So I put 4 Lego-type leveling blocks under the door to shield the bumper. Then came the hard part, lifting my hefty frame through the small opening while scooting on my back. Carmen lifted my legs, which helped me scoot inside. Well, that was awkward. Carmen coached me through, making sure I was okay and not having a panic attack and hoping those nightmares about being locked in a coffin wouldn't start coming back. I found there was very little, well, actually, no room to push up on the bed frame and mattress. The room to make leverage with my arms simply wasn't there. Then I remembered the extra weight on the bed. When traveling, we store several items on the bed, like our vacuum, the microphone and stand that I'm using right now, fruit and vegetables, and some of our wall art. But I kept trying and finally managed to raise the bed on the hydraulic hinges, grateful at least for the new lightweight mattress. Once I had the bed frame up, the next challenge was to somehow flip over from my back to my stomach so I could kneel and stand up. I flipped over onto my belly, pulled my legs inside, and got up onto my knees. Once on my knees, I could crawl out of the compartment into the bedroom. The other side of the door revealed the problem. The top lock lever wasn't all the way to the right in the unlocked position. The top lever is an additional lock, used only when you are inside the trailer and cannot be locked or unlocked from the outside. How the lock managed to move on its own into the center is a mystery, a patch of rough road perhaps. After 414 days of full-time travel, this was a first for us. Someone with more wisdom or experience can give us some prevention tips, but for now, here are the lessons we learned. Always have a set of keys to the outside compartments available at all times. Every time the main door is shut, make sure the two lock levers are completely pushed to the right. We will never install locks on our bed frame, thinking that it will stop a thief from entering through the rear compartment, since that may be our only access. Once a month, lubricate with a penetrating lubricant all moving parts on the main door, inside and out. Have a plan for if and when our door will not open. Are we going to go through the rear compartment and bed? Are we going to break a glass window that we can crawl through? Are we going to wait around for a locksmith to come and help? Are we going to remove the 4 screws holding the main door in place? The afternoon drama and excitement over, we got back on track. Carmen paddled off her anxiety on Lake Murray. Then the sun went down, the moon rose up, and tomorrow was another day. Thank you for joining us in Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. That's it for now. See you next time.